My name is John Burks. I'm a financial analyst, and I'm going through a series of videos that show you how you can use some of the most prominent software applications to improve your business organization. First video was with Alltrex. I downloaded some information online from a fake company, showed you the outputs into Excel and the reporting tool, show you some visual aids in the dashboard tool Tableau. Went over some R statistics with RStudio. Then I showed you how to use a database with PHP MyAdmin. And now we're looking at how we can also visualize your data in Python. Okay, now this is Pycharm. This is an integrated development environment, or IDE, that I downloaded for free. And then what you have to do is you have to import your data. When you import your data, you'll see it coming as a CSV, and it's comma delimited. And then if you want to see what your actual data looks like in a table, you click on this button over here. Okay. Now this is the actual data set or the Python file. Now one thing is important, that when you bring in the information, you do have to configure you do have to configure the run. Okay, so for instance, make sure you pull in your information from the same source here. You want to pick your interpreter, Python interpreter, and then your working directory. Because if you don't do that, this button over here will remain gray. Okay, and also it won't read some of the packages. Now, the package that I am using is pandas. Okay, and in order to bring in your panda, you would go down to your terminal, and then you would type in the pip install pandas. Okay, and then once you have all that, you should be ready to go. Now, this is important pandas, which is the package to let you do some analysis. And now what this line is showing you is that I'm bringing in the CSV file from my desktop. And then when I want to print the information, I hit print segment, and down below in the run, and if you come here, it shows me my data coming in. As you can see, it shows you not all the values, but I'll show you how you'll make sure that none of the columns were dropped. Okay. So when you hit segment info, what you'll get is the column description, whether it allows nulls or not, and then the data type, if it's an object, a float, or integer, and so forth. And then if you wanted to see the count of your data, and as you can see, when you go down to count, it's going to give you 100 rows and 6 columns right here. And then to make sure that you have all your columns in here, so you can print and then hit select, or you hit print your data frame, and then your columns is the function, and then that lets you know that you have all your columns here. Okay, and if you want to see the first 5 rows, you get the first 5 rows here, and then if you want to see the last 5 rows as well, and this is the last 5 rows of your data. And then also, if you want to do some brief statistics, which I won't go into too much statistics, I did cover that on other slides. But in Python, if you wanted to see statistics on the entire data set, you would come here, and what this will do, it will give you the count, the mean, the standard deviation, the minimum value, the 25% quartile, the 50% quartile, the 75% quartile, and then the max of all your columns. So that would be the revenues, cost of goods sold, profit, and then again the 2013, which is the a duplicate of the actual revenues. Of the revenues. Okay. And then if you wanted to break this down by by segment. So for instance, if you wanted to look at your revenues and do a descriptive statistics on that, so I just pick revenues, and then it's going to give you the mean, the standard deviation, the min, the 25% quartile, the 50% quartile, 75% quartile, and then the max again. Okay. And then if you wanted to do some type of calculation, so for instance, I wanted to calculate the net profit by row, and then this is the formula for that in Python, and it gives me the net profit per row. And then lastly, what I wanted to do was group by the segment and look at the revenues. So I'm grouping by each segment, which was the channel partners or the enterprise or government, and I am summarizing by the revenues to get some descriptive statistics on that. And then when you have that, and that's what this breaks down. I have my segment, the count, the mean, the 75% quartile, and then the max. And then again, these dots are showing the columns that are not being shown. Okay, so that was a real brief tutorial on Python. It's fun to play around with this. Get in there and deep dive and see what you can figure out. There's a lot of tutorials online to help you along, a lot of different packages that you can download or install into Python. And of course, down here you have your, there's a console down here that gives you information, and there's also a debugger down here as well. Okay, so that was a quick tutorial on Python, and the next video I will go into a little bit of SAS, and then I will talk to you then. Take care.